Hey fam, what's good? What's good? I hope that you're well and keeping safe. Welcome back to another one. So let's talk about losses, right? Something that is really uncomfortable for many people. But keep in mind that losses are inevitable, right? You are gonna find yourself having it, right? That is the one thing that is guaranteed. You will lose money sometimes, period, right? And it's not a flaw. It is super important for you to accept that losses is all part of the game, and you need to find a way how to keep yourself positive within this trading niche as well. Now, a reality check is literally that trading is, it's not a magic money making machine, right? It's a game of probability. Even the best traders only win 50 to 60% of the time, right? Losses on failures, keep that in mind. Losses on failures is not the one thing that makes you. You are gonna find yourself stumbling through losses as well. In life in general, you are gonna find yourself coming through losses as well. You listening to this content, you have taken L's your whole life. There's nobody who has been just taking W's. So you are gonna find yourself taking some losses within this game as well. And since you know that you are gonna find yourself taking some losses, is that something that you can't find yourself managing? Ask yourself that question. Do you have control over what you can lose? And the answer within this trading niche itself is yes, you have control over it. And it is something that we call money management, risk management, right? And this will determine that you are gonna survive inside this market or you will not find yourself surviving within this market. If you don't have a plan for losses, you will blow your account. And how many people have blown their account? How many? I mean, me, Diego, me, myself, I have blown a lot of accounts as well. I've blown a lot of accounts as well. It is what it is, right? If you don't have money management in place, let's call a spade a spade. You are going to find yourself blowing your account. But once you find yourself realizing that you have control over what you can do and you can find yourself managing your losses, this is when you are going to find yourself staying so much longer within the market. Keep that in mind. It is all a game of survival. Trading is a game of survival, skill, and literally time. Experience will be the best teacher when it comes down to your trading journey. And one thing you will learn, to those who have found themselves trading for quite a while, right? Your goal is not to avoid losses. That's not your goal. Yes, we have a strategy, right? But our strategy cannot find itself winning each and every single day. It cannot find itself having 100% win rate. If someone is telling you that they have 100% win rate, 90% win rate, that is bonkers. That is crazy, right? But your strategy is not gonna find itself having that 100% win rate. It's not. Trust, right? And for everybody selling you that vision that you will find yourself making 100% profit at all times, it is not true. Okay, it's not true. It is false. It is false, fam. Trust, it's false. Now, since we have tapped into risk management, us, we are humans, right? Another thing, we humans, we're not robots. We are not AI, right? We're not robots. We have emotions, we have feelings, we feel happy, we feel sad. It's not something that we really do have complete control over, but it is something that is quite manageable. Once you can determine whether a situation is really important, because sometimes we work ourselves up for a situation that is really not that important. Distinguish what is really important for you and where you should invest what emotion at, right? I know it is super hard to control your emotions. Traders who deny losses, right? Who's like they can't take losses, they normally panic. And what happens when you panic? You blow your account. If you don't blow your account in one setting, you are gonna find yourself blowing your account by taking revenge trading. Up that lot size, put on more trades on this actual trade. We are gonna find ourselves winning. You know that you are gonna find yourself winning this one, right? If you have found yourself listening to my breakdowns, I always use the word there's a possibility for us creating A, B, C, and D, right? A possibility. It is a game of probability, right? It's a game of probability. So once you have identified your risk management, taking control over it, taking control over your emotions as well, right? This is literally when you can find yourself making more precise, calculated decisions. And all you need to find yourself doing on a day-to-day basis is focus on your strategy, right? Focus on your methodology. I have a simple methodology which I have been using for years now, right? Simple. All I'm finding myself doing is identify that midnight candle, identify my high, identify my low, right? Get out my Fibonacci, wait for that actual supply, demand, that BOB to find itself coming through. And then I will find myself executing based on that. That's it. And that is something that you can find yourself going through my actual content, and you will see it's there. It's the exact same thing with every trade, the exact same system that you can find yourself going to backtest, right? It's literally there. All you need to find yourself doing is go on your side, backtest it on your side, see if it is working or not, right? Really, really, really simple. Really simple. Now, you know what? Trading is literally a you versus you journey, right? Nobody, yes, you can find yourself having a trading buddy next to you where you can share your emotions, etc., right? But there's still that emotional factor where you are still gonna find yourself feeling alone. You're still gonna find yourself being like, you know what, this is a journey that I am on, right? And the next person's environment might not be the exact same as yours, right? You might have the same goal, but the environment is different, right? And that shift in environment can lead to different type of decision making, can lead to different type of emotions, right? So you're still gonna feel somewhat alone. But guess what? It is still a journey to where you can find yourself having the opportunity to grow, right? To have the opportunity to grow. And how will you find yourself growing within the charts? How are you going to find yourself growing within trading, right? That is literally by your losses. Take your loss, see why you found yourself taking that loss. Go back into your charts and see how you could have found yourself bettering that, right? Because once you are ignoring how you find yourself taking that L, this is basically when you are going to find yourself being like, you know what? You are throwing wasted, well, you threw data away that could have been used, right? But you treat it like a waste when it's actually not a waste, right? Every loss is data, and all you need is data. That has been something that I have been talking about for years as well. I am personally, my personal life, I am within data, right? I work with data, and this whole thing itself is all about data as well. Ignoring the data, you are going to find yourself ignoring building a system trust. Losses teach you more than what your wins do, right? Losses teach you more than what your win does. No pain, no gain. Literally, right? No pain, no gain. Literally. Now, within my trading, right, we are focused on losses. Now, when I find myself taking a loss, right, I give myself another chance to take another trade. Not direct after, but I have to find myself still waiting for my pattern to find itself coming through. If I take a second loss, this is basically when I step back. I breathe a little bit. I reset my emotions, right? I step away from my computer. I stand up a little bit, go do some push-ups. I go make me a coffee. I enjoy the coffee. I play some games whatsoever, right? Just to reset my emotions. Never let your emotions drive your next move, the next trade, right? Because this is when that revenge trading comes in, right? This is when you're going to find yourself making impulsive decisions instead of making calculated decisions. Keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind. And it all comes down to literally just having that little reset of mindset, right? Ask yourself, if I took a loss, right? Even if you took a win, did I find myself following my trading plan? Did I find myself boxing out that midnight candle? Did I find myself boxing out that daily high, that daily low? Did I find myself looking at market structure, right? Or did I feel a little bit confident and just be like, you know what, I'm the one, right? I'm the one. I'm that guy. I'm the guy with the 1,000 quazillion aura, right? The market has nothing on me. I can't be stopped, right? If that was it, then and then you took your L, right? And you're just gonna dust it off. That's a problem. That is a huge problem. And when you find yourself having a W, a win, with that same mindset, right? This is when disaster has, you know what, is literally around the corner, right? Because that next trade, you might be like even more confident. By now, you want to push up that lot size for no reason. For no reason. And then you find yourself blowing your account. Is what it is, right? It's not a science. It's not a science. If you don't follow it, it's just a gamble. There's no beating around the bush, right? There's no beating around the bush. Now, many of you might be looking at, you know what, a lot of people online and be like, you know what, I need to find myself making these big wins as well. I need to make 100,000. I need to make 50,000. I need to make 200,000 because these influencers are telling me that this is trading. This is what it is. This defines trading. This is making me a trader. Guess what? It's not, right? That's not making you an actual trader. Start small. We all have different environments, once again, right? Financial backgrounds, different financial backgrounds. To someone, 100,000 might not be a lot of money because they come from it. To someone, 10,000 rand might be a lot of money, right? Because they don't come from that. 1,000 rand could be a lot of money to someone because they don't come from it, right? Different financial backgrounds. Hey, understand where you are, right? For some people, it might be a lot. For some people, it might not be a lot. Understand where you are within your financial journey as well. If you have to start small, start small. If you have to save up first. Learn, right? During that learning phase, save up, save up, save up, save up, and save up until you have enough to find yourself depositing inside your account. And then still start small. Stick to your plan. Manage your losses. Take those small wins, bro. Take that small wins and give yourself a tap on the back at all times. When you take your W, give yourself a tap on the back, right? The you shouldn't be focusing on I want to make that 100,000, I want to make that 200,000 as if now, right? As if now, try to put your focus on, hey, I need to find myself having a system in place, right? I need some data to back me up. I need that. That is what you need. Data to back you up, a system to back you up. After that, you're going to find yourself working on your emotions, right? After that, you're going to find yourself working with your emotions, because once you are finding yourself gathering that system, that is when you are going to find yourself doing it on a demo account, right? Don't push for a live account. Don't push for it. Trade on that demo account. Make mistakes. Learn. And then after that, you find yourself coming to that live account, because this is when your emotions is actually going to find itself playing out more. So this is when you are going to find yourself learning how to control your emotions. And this will come with experience only. It's going to come through time. I constantly said that I am not your mentor, right? Those who's asking me questions and I'm guiding them and I'm giving them everything each and every single day. I'm not your mentor, right? Because nowadays everybody's mentors. I mean, everybody's like, I traded for 3 years, so I'm a professional trader now. Like, nah, I traded for 5 years, I'm a professional trader. Like, nah. But ultimately, you know what? Give yourself time to grow, right? Give yourself time to grow. and celebrate your losses. And also make sure that you take care of yourself. Make sure that you take care of yourself. Like exercise, meditate, talk to your friends whatsoever. You don't necessarily have to find themselves telling you about talking about the charts whatsoever, right? But talk to people. Like it gives you, it puts you in a different mindset. Because sometimes you can find yourself getting lost in the sauce, right? By just sitting in front of the charts for hours, just finding yourself backtesting, looking at the charts, doing A, B, C, and D. And then you find yourself forgetting about what is actually happening within the real world, right? So find yourself exercising, do some meditation, go talk to people. With that being said, right, I'm not too much of a talker. This content has been, the video itself has been more than 3 hours long. I did not know what to say for 3 hours long, right? But I came here to find myself talking about some losses as well, right? And one thing you guys need to take into consideration is that, losses is not your enemy. That is not your enemy. You know who's the real enemy? The real enemy is denial. That is the real enemy. Denial. That's the enemy. Embrace your losses, right? Embrace it. I know that you don't want to find yourself exposing that you have found yourself taking a loss. I know it's hard, right? You want to just post the wins. You want people to just root for you, right? You want people to just cheer you because you are just finding yourself taking some wins. But that is not the reality. You are going to find yourself taking some losses as well, and embrace it and just stay disciplined, stay humble, and just trust the process. When it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Keep the dream alive, right? Keep it alive. The traders who lost aren't the smartest or the luckiest people on earth. They're not, right? I am not the smartest person out here. I am not the luckiest person as well. In school, I was not the smartest guy. I've never won no competition whatsoever. So, hell, I'm not lucky. I'm not lucky. But you know what? I'll say that we are resilient, right? We keep on going. We keep on pushing. When days are getting hard, is what it is. You are going to find yourself having those days. You are going to find yourself having those days. And once you can realize that it is all part of it, then, you know what I'm saying? You keep on pushing. There's going to be days, there's going to be weeks, there's going to be months, where you're going to have to find yourself sitting back just a little bit, right? So that you can find yourself getting that, that comeback, to have that actual comeback, because you find yourself taking a setback, right? Let's not ignore that there is something called real life as well, right? Real life things are also going to find yourself happening. You might not just find yourself taking an L on your actual trading, right? You might find yourself taking an emergency L in your personal life as well, which is forcing you to find yourself having somewhat of financial, bleeding, if I can put it like that, right? Where you have to find yourself putting out some capital on something, where you find yourself taking an actual setback. It is what it is, right? It's real life. That is what's happening outside. But throughout those moments, keep your head high. Make sure that you are finding yourself keeping that dream alive. And on to the next one. It's me, your boy D. I'm out.